American author and motivational speaker Randy Pausch once said, "Time is all you have, and you may find one day that you have less than you think." For majority of my life, death had felt like an abstract concept than a real thing. The idea that the living will end one day and I will no longer be here to experience this life felt too strange for me to even consider. So instead of viewing death as a foreign notion, why don't we simply accept it? Then I realized the issue is that we waste so much of our time in non-essential things like gossip, social media, wondering what others think about us. When this happens, there's no wonder we lack clarity and meaning in our lives. There's no wonder we feel overwhelmed and overstimulated on daily basis. We don't find time or energy to think about death, and yet our time is running out. Reminding ourselves of death invites us to ask some tough questions. Questions like, who am I? Why am I here? Is this the life I want? Am I following somebody else's path or is it mine? Since these questions are too uncomfortable to answer, they are often avoided through busyness, noise, or constant demands from digital culture. We don't take time to face these questions unless someone close to us experiences a crisis. But within these questions lie powerful answers. These questions allow us to be honest with ourselves. It helps us to achieve the clarity we want. Often we are too afraid to declare what we want out of embarrassment, fear, failure, or standing out too much. When faced with mortality, none of that truly matters. You have a dream that is waiting for you to be discovered and expressed. Then the question becomes, do you have the courage to discover and declare it? Steve Jobs once said, reminding ourselves that we are going to die one day is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking that you have something to lose. You are naked and there is no reason for you not to follow your heart. By embracing death, we can think about the legacy we would want to leave behind. What impact we want to have on this world. How do you want to be remembered? By considering all these questions, we can align our actions today to build the legacy that outlives us, whether it is through work, relationships, or the contributions that we make in this society. Understanding the finite nature of life allows us to leave a lasting and positive mark. An important study that was conducted by an Australian palliative nurse, Bronnie Ward, who is also the author of 5 Regrets of Dying, made some observations based on her interactions with the patients who were on their last weeks of life. She highlighted some of the common regrets. Among them were the regret of not having enough courage to live a life true to oneself and not finding enough time to spend with their loved ones. So how do we use mortality to make bold decisions and start to live our dreams today? Here are some of my ways. Number 1, journal down your legacy. Think about 20 to 40 years from now. How do you want to be remembered? Write it down. Number 2, do guided meditation. There are different types of meditations which involve seeing oneself die and coming back to this earth. By doing this, you develop the courage to accept life as it is and to reconnect with things that truly matters. Number 3, spend time with older people. Spending time with elderly people allow us to reflect on our aging process. It encourages us to think about how we would want to spend our time and what are our priorities. Self-reflection can also lead to greater appreciation of present moment. Number 4, think about death once a day. Reflecting on death serves as a powerful reminder of impermanence of life. It encourages us to reassess our priorities and focus on what truly matters. This shift in perspective leads to the greater appreciation of present moment, relationships, and the experiences that bring meaning in our lives. Recognizing the inevitability of death can humble us, diminishing our ego driven concerns and thereby fostering a sense of humility. Thanks for watching.